caster.
Are you just demanding us to banter?
I will banter upon demand, sir. And I want to talk about Doom Reavers.
Demanter.
Dang it. Let me talk about Doom Reavers, Dallas.
All right.
God.
Talk about Doom Reavers.
There's a thread in the Codor, and I know you're a big Doom Reaver guy.
I love Doom Reavers.
Did you just call it Codor?
Yeah, dude.
It's Kador.
No, I'm a classic boy.
But Pagani doesn't know any
Classic
better.
Pagani boy.
He's untrainable.
That is true. Just ask Oz. But yeah, so there's a sweet thread right now going on where they're talking about different casters with Doom Reavers, and it makes me really happy that the new Wolves of Winter is exciting to people.
Zerkova.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about Zerkova 1.
Zerkova.
Old Witch 2 is another good one. She's got big walkie legs. That's exciting. So yeah, I'm just excited to see things like that. When CID success stories, I guess, are some of my favorite.
Zerkova.
Travis is in the chat.
We got some T-Marg in the chat.
Just every day, Travis.
Stephen Smiley.
Steven Simile. It's
I'd tell you
simile.
to do something, but I like seeing you.
It's simile. He's a simile.
Magnus did nothing wrong. That's what you need to know.
He's throwing me off, though, because he's T-Marg in one chat, and then
It's-
he's Neckerla. How do you even say that, Travis?
Nekarala.
Write it out phonetically for me.
I think, and Travis, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, I think it means Dark Legacy in Japanese, I think it was.
Ooh, very
So,
fancy.
I think it was Japanese. Travis
Zach
can,
Barkley, what up,
represent it.
boy? Striker 911 says, I feel like you did a great job with CID. Good job.
Cheers. Adam Williams says, please don't ruin G2.
Who's G2?
Who's G2? Is it Gorge 2? Is it Gareth 2? Is it Gristle 2?
Is it
Abbreviations are silly, and you shouldn't use them.
Grand Moose, the Executor of Thamar 2?
Well, we went down a rabbit hole there.
I don't know what's happening.
I'm not really sure it was a good one, but we did it. So
Nate
cheers.
Brooks, what?
Which color bar is talking about? Nice. Side realist. I like that.
Nakurazu.
Dark Legacy in Japanese
Nekurazu.
confirmed.
Nakurazu. There's an L there.
Gunbjorn 2?
Gunbjörn.
That would be a spoiler.
Gunbjorn.
Gunbjörn.
Oh, man, check this out. Oh, no, I can't.
Oh.
I can't show you. Wait,
You
I
didn't
can.
do it very
Yeah,
good.
I can.
Oh,
a little bit.
Oh gosh.
See, it's kind of flashy, but you see what's up there on the right-hand side of the screen? Right there.
Is that a Dallas?
Is my
we have a Dallas
noggin.
We're gonna try this out.
We're going to try Dallas Cam.
We got a little surprise for you folks today.
That we just spoiled, basically.
It's actually going to be Dallas in a bikini,
Woo!
That was not the surprise I was
Hot
looking
tub
for.
time.
but it's the one you're going to get. Dallas is wearing entirely tearaway clothing right now.
Make that content.
That's not a no. That's a no. That's
I will say,
that's not an I. Then that why is it a capital I? That looks like a lowercase L.
Everybody got phones off?
I mean,
The ringer?
my ringer's always off.
yeah, I can't even
'Cause-
remember the last time I had it on. I did
Is
have
that,
an alarm.
is that why
clock.
everybody gives me like weird looks when like my phone actually alarms?
Yeah,
and
because
makes
you
noise?
actually have it on.
Yeah.
A banana hammock and a Godzilla suit. Now we're talking.
I actually left it back in my office. It's probably ringing right now, and someone's like, "What?
Nakurazu. I like even when I go to a movie theater, it's like, please silence your phone. I'm like, I better check. And I'm like, wait, I haven't listened to.
I don't even know where the on button is."
I don't even know how that works. Or have you ever? I've accidentally hit the side button, like when you're on your home screen. I hit the side button and it turns the ringer on. And like
Super
I've been
weird.
sitting there, and all of a sudden my phone goes, "Boo-doo-doo," and I'm like, what is it? What's going on in my house?
What in
Is there a
tarnation?
fire alarm?
Yeah, I was telling Dallas like I live my life with alarms. Like,
You
I just have
live-
alarms set for everything.
Sure.
And just so I never have to remember anything. But the alarms don't get silenced when you turn your phone off. So I'm always like
Constant.
living in anxiety of like having to go through my alarm list and be like, is anything gonna ring during this
this
time period while I'm gonna be quiet?
Speaking of remembering things, I think we're 3 minutes late to start this stream.
I live my
We've been
life
going.
like there's no
All right.
tomorrow.
Okay.
YOLO.
Pagani's in a rush here.
What?
All right.
God,
Gather yourselves.
I have nothing to do today.
All right.
Kevin.
prepare yourselves.
Okay, going live in 3, 2, 1.
Dun, 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 dun. Hey, gang. Dallas here. Wait, this isn't P3 Presents Live. That's tomorrow. This is a gift you paint on. So it's more like, trying to give me a countdown? One more time?
And you're live in 3, 2. Oh, hold on. Let's make this real. Okay. And
Take a big deep breath.
get yourself set. Sip of something.
Got it.
And 3, 2, 1.
Bam, bam, get your paint on. It's Thursday morning, get your paint on. We got Will Pagani over there, but it's actually the different direction because the camera's reversed on my screen because I don't know what it looks like. Bam, bam, bam. What's up, Will Pagani?
Hello, everyone.
Tony Konachek.
Good morning.
And Abaddon, the keeper.
Almost messed that one up.
Not the seeker.
Our first special guest or second special guest? Which way do we go? Do we prefer people or miniatures?
I think we obviously prefer miniatures.
Miniatures first.
And Dallas, I
Minis
hear you're
first.
going to be painting a lot of gold today.
It's all gold all day.
All gold all the time.
Hello.
Oh, is that you're already going with the gold?
We have a
Man, just bam, right into it.
I'm
okay.
just right in. I had
Well,
to paint out.
Then I gotta do this. We're gonna try this thing. All right, you ready?
Am
Pagani?
I doing this? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so I'm gonna do mine, and then you do yours right after it shows up. Okay. So ready? 1, 2, 3.
Rulic gold.
Nice.
Ooh,
nice job.
Got to get a little throaty in there.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Make it real.
Pretend like you've been smoking for 70 years.
You got to do that.
It's the key to being any type of like off-screen voice.
Ruly gold.
In a world of scorn invasions, who would win? One Abaddon the Keeper or Rulic Gold?
Fangoud.
Really cool.
Oh, Fangoud wanted to know. Most important thing today: have we recorded splat noises with the wrestler intros? Recorded, buddy.
We're live.
This is a professional production. We do this on the fly.
That's right. You know, there's radio shows that make a big deal out of like doing a day where they're live. This is the way we roll all days. We're always live.
It's like when they you know, in the digital age of movies and special effects, and still getting street cred for shooting things practically.
Yep.
Yeah. Look, Mad Max was fantastic because of its practical effects, okay? The fact they actually built all those cars is insanity.
I was watching a behind the scenes expose some months ago on just them talking about the cars, and I am not a car guy, and
But-
I was so excited when that video was over. I was like, I need more, and then I just spent like the next 45 minutes to an hour just looking up more stuff about Mad Max cars.
I just like that they only got one take for a lot of them crashing because the cars like literally explode in the take. So like if they screwed it up, well, we're not building another one. So good luck.
I mean, we could explode Abaddon over here.
Yeah,
A boom.
that'll be a mini crate promo video.
Chainsaw the dude.
Blowing up an Abaddon.
We have not chainsawed enough miniatures.
I've put a lot
did
of
it-
miniatures in blenders
We did it once.
in my life.
Do they blend?
They definitely do. It's kind of amazing. If you put a metal miniature in a blender, you turn on the blender for just a split second, like one little pulse, and the second the blade hits that model, every speck of paint is removed from that model. It must be the vibration or something of the blender hitting it, because it just shoots off.
That's how you strip minis.
I mean, you don't really get a mini out of it afterwards, but there's definitely no paint left.
There's one little boop. This is like blows all the paint right off.
Yep.
Is that how you clean your miniatures now?
Paff.
It'll definitely get rid of the mold lines and all of the
One
detail.
or two pulses in the blender.
2 pulses in the blender. I want to paint this gold. I don't know why, but I'm doing it.
So yeah, Dallas, tell me about your painting here. What's our scheme? What are we doing?
So
Tell me a
the
story.
scheme, I can tell you all the story. Like, look at this. No Quarter, number 56. There's a super sweet article by one Mr. Dallas Kemp.
Oh, that works out.
That cat was a freelancer. He was a freelancer.
Who?
You know,
Callous Dimp.
Callus
Callus
Dimp.
Dim.
And there's some immortals in there, and they're white marble and gold with green glow. And so I thought
Is that what we're doing?
fun to do that on Mr. Abaddon,
So
the keeper.
You're painting the gold before you paint the white?
The white's done, dog.
That's done.
That's done, dog.
Well, excuse me.
Does it not look done?
No, I mean, it's fine.
To
I don't
your
know.
trained
It's
eye?
great.
Does it
My
look
professional
unfinished?
opinion is that it's great. I don't have a professional opinion in this case, but if I did, it would be great.
I mean, you're a professional at something,
Not this.
so you can be an opinion.
Break out the P3 weathering tool from Zach Barkley. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you had it here right now and just like karate chopped this guy in half on live stream right now with a chainsaw, I would high five you.
Is it in the building?
It's not in the building.
very
It's actually, so the weathering widget's in my kitchen.
It's a good place for it.
And I
Where I
have
keep my chainsaw.
I have those racks, kind of like restaurant
Yeah, I
style
was going to say,
racks.
because that's where you keep your miniatures close to your kitchen.
Oh, there's miniatures in my kitchen, absolutely. So, and on top of the rack, like by the pots, like the big gumbo pot that I have a giant gumbo pot, is the chainsaw. I had a, how do I say this?
With words.
A lady friend over, a date over,
So a special lady.
not a special lady.
We're going with Big Lebowski nomenclature here.
Yep.
Okay.
And she was just like, why is there a chainsaw in your kitchen? And like just immediately, like, of course my response was, where else would you keep it? Like, where does the chainsaw go?
I feel like if you had a shed, it would go in the shed. But since you don't, obviously the kitchen is.
Obviously, you're not a hobbyist. Where else does it go? I mean, it's just so fluidly and just came out.
Lovely. Lovely.
It was like kitchen chainsaw by the gumbo pot. My God, I have a big gumbo pot, by the way.
We should make some gumbo.
It'd
and,
make
like,
Hungerford jealous.
fight against the Louisiana boys gumbo. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go see my grandma over Christmas break. So I'm going to get her gumbo recipe because she lives in Lake Charles, which is where Hungerford's from. And I'm going to get her recipe for it. And then I'm going to make gumbo up here and destroy those poor little boys' minds.
I kind of like the idea of a gumbo cook-off. Like chili
gumbo
cook-off
off?
is well done.
I'm going to show my ignorance right now.
Yeah. You don't know what
I
gumbo is.
believe gumbo has sausage and beans in it. Or am I thinking of feijoada?
And some okra.
I would not put beans in gumbo. No.
Rice? Does it have rice?
It is usually poured over rice, yes.
Okay.
Gumbo is like a thick soup that is based in roux and filet. So there's like a buttery wheat reduction. Starts off your thing that makes it really thick, and then you put a lot of vegetables in it, usually like bell peppers, okra, onions, that kind of stuff. And then a lot of spices in there as well.
My
Is
God.
it pretty easy to make?
Yeah, and it's not hard. It just takes a long time because you like slow cook it all, basically.
Oh, I love slow cooking.
And then you can do like seafood gumbo, or you can do like I don't really
Sausage.
like seafood, so I do a lot of like andouille sausage and chicken in my
Okay.
gumbo. So
Okay.
yeah,
Sounds about my speed. Oh, look at that. Doug Seacat is
It's
going to
begun.
making us gumbo tomorrow. You are now.
Doug, I got to get the recipe over the holidays, and then I'll come back into the office just to bring some gumbo. How about that? And maybe a brisket. So
Holding you to it.
oh yeah.
I like the idea of gumbo cook-off where everybody just brings pots of gumbo and then everybody eats each other's gumbo and then we all get sick of gumbo and then we kind of choose a winner, but the real winner was all of us.
How do you wean yourself off gumbo? What's the go-to?
Wean it off?
Yeah.
You
like
don't.
if you've had too much gumbo, like what do you want next when you're like, I can't have any more of this? What's your first go-to?
No, so much like Mad Dog 2020,
God.
it is a puke and rally situation here, Tony. You always got to come back for more. So,
Just snorted. I love it.
I mean, you guys are the ones that put me on this stream. Just remember that.
Look, we take what we can get on this show. The best.
I did get a Tony snort. Nobody expects the Mad Dog 2020.
Nobody's ever prepared for the Mad Dog 2020. True science facts.
Dallas, there's a painting question from Steve Gibson.
So, can you ask it?
Yeah. Why did you brown base before you do gold?
So, okay, that's a good question because I don't normally do that. And actually, if you watch my videos, I taught you to not do that.
Excellent.
Yeah, but for every technique, an exception.
There's always an exception, and you can just kind of do whatever you want with painting. It's fun of painting. Your army, your way. Hashtag yo. So it's typically like on the studio models for Protectorate, Circle, and Scorn. We prime black and we dry brush cold steel, and then we dry brush our golds, and then we finish the golds and we build everything around it. For this, I wanted to do the white armor first because I wanted to keep some of that Thamar black, so I didn't want a bunch of silver all over it. And also because everything is super thin, I didn't really cover it, so much easier. And also, I was painting something else with Bastion Gray, and so I just already had the Bastion Gray out with my airbrush, so I just figured I would do it on this guy because I need the Bastion Gray for a base coat on this guy. So it's just more of a convenience thing. So then the brown, what the brown does, instead of base coating in silver, which is what I prefer, you can base coat in brown because it gives your gold something to go over to do less layers of gold. Make sense?
So that's something that I learned.
It's an old school trick.
At Lockmode, I had to paint one of those the big water towers that was used in Oz's Company of Iron thing, and I tried to paint what was it? I don't remember which one of our golds it was, but I tried to paint it directly over black primer and ended up having to do like 8 layers. So if I had painted it brown first, what you're saying is I would have only had to
brown
maybe
or
one
silver,
two.
because what's happening is like, so you have like here's your primer, right? So there's your primer, it's black, and you put
That's a primer cap, Dallas.
it's a primer cap, sure.
That's not primer.
Imagine this is black primer,
Oh,
and you paint gold over it. You can kind of see through.
Can you get that right into the camera?
I'm
there?
sorry.
Yeah,
You can kind of see through the
fingers of gold.
fingers of gold there, right? So certain colors of paint have better coverage, and that all has to do with not necessarily the branded paint, but the pigment of paint. So yellows are always going to cover a little more thin. So if you can see through that and you see black, you have to do multiple layers. If you put brown and you put gold over it, you see the brown and gold, work together, but it dulls it out. If you put silver down, so like imagine this is silver, you put gold, what you see through the gold is silver, which is metal, and it's just shiny back in your eyes, and it works wonderful. I prefer silver, just happen to use brown, not a big thing.
So what I learned today on Get Your Paint On is that Dallas's hands are made of precious metals.
It's true. I should take an insurance out on my hands.
This is kind of an interesting follow-up to that. Fangoud wants to know, what do you think about base coating gold with green? Which is not a technique I've ever heard of. Like, I've never seen it, and
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, whatever works.
It kind of makes sense, but I don't know. I've never done it.
I feel like you could do it for like really gross gold, right? Like if you're doing maybe cricks or something.
Yeah, I mean, typically I want my gold to be a pretty solid base layer. Like I don't want a lot shining through it. And I don't really like, so like you can see some of the brown through this. And what that is then you have an opaque paint and a metallic paint. And the metallic paint doesn't cover as well. So you see some of that opaque paint. So that means you have less metallosity. I'm not a fan of less metallosity. I'm a fan of more metallosity. So if I put silver and then I put gold over top of it, I have more metallosity. And metallosity is everything. Because then if I start out with a higher amount of metallosity, then I use my shading to control it instead of just losing it at the beginning. It's just a preference thing. That's all it is. It's all about preferences.
Is metallosity a real word? Or is that a Dallas word?
Is there any word that's a real word? They're all made up.
It's very evasive.
Is it a commonly accepted word? How about that?
It is
or
on
are we
this
getting
show.
some hunger math in here?
No,
are we
it's
gonna
on
have
this
hunger math and Dallas words?
On this show, that's metallicity. It's spelled totally wrong, Tony.
Yeah, this isn't a real word.
It's not. I don't think it is.
That's fine. It can be for this stream.
It's my word.
We'll add it to Urban Dictionary later.
Yep.
After the stream's over.
All words are made up. Language is a farce.
Perception is reality.
Perception is reality.
Oh, we're going to get deep on this stream.
We do that sometimes. All right, so now I just mixed up some sanguine base, brown ink, mixing medium.
Forged of Souls asks,
Oh.
what color wash would you recommend for gold?
I just did it.
I have to be pedantic.
Oh,
Josu
gosh.
Diaz says that painting with Dallas, so his rules are law. I would actually say that Dallas says there are no rules in painting. There is no law in painting.
Painting is anarchy.
You do what you do with what works. There are accepted techniques that work well for most people most of the time, but there are always exceptions, and you are encouraged to do things differently in a way that works for you.
Yeah, whatever works for you. Like anybody who says that this is the way to do something, and this goes even against not just painting. Like I'm not a big fan of that. Like there's multiple paths to victory, in my opinion. There are techniques, there are standard traditions, as Tony said. But if you find something that works for you, man, I'm not going to diss you. I'm going to encourage you to try some stuff, and you should always be testing your limits and trying new things. Never be complacent. Push and learn, and always become better, and always take opportunities when they arise to try new things and learn. So that's what I'm about. You know what I mean? Pagani, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Doc.
Tony, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. And Josu, I didn't mean to call you out. It was just worth mentioning. Thank you for joining us all the time.
Don't backpedal, Tony.
I'm backpedaling.
Don't
I want him to know. Yeah.
You were nice. It's fine.
Thanks for being here.
You did great. So I'm just going to do
No, this isn't
wash.
Nom. There are rules. We did talk about the Big Lebowski earlier, so
Second reference.
I mean, actually the third.
Was it the third?
Yeah, Dallas hit us with obviously you are not a golfer.
Oh, God. Okay, I missed that one.
Come on, Tony. Come on. You got to stick with your Big Lebowski.
Yeah,
quotes.
get with the times, old man.
That's, yeah, late 90s, early 2000s, maybe about the last time I could really pull out movie quotes on the fly.
Sure. Well, if you haven't seen the Big Lebowski, I highly suggest it.
Well, that one I've seen, yeah.
Oh, good.
That's, like I said, that's in that time period. So I got all defensive there, like, what? Yes, of course I've seen that movie.
Of course
What?
I've seen that movie.
What? How dare you?
How dare you?
Harumph, harumph, harumph.
What makes a man, Mr. Lebowski?
Strong men also cry.
I think that might be my favorite movie of all time. Like, it used to be Super Troopers, but I feel like The Big Lebowski is just applicable into so many different things in life that it's just fantastic.
I did a wash. That means we have to wait.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Wait, what are you using for wash? What? We missed it.
I told you. I
Wait.
mix it up.
We were talking about the
What?
Big
But what?
Lebowski.
Yeah, but what?
It's sanguine base.
Okay. This is what I already have these colors ready to go.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm saying them. Ready?
Okay. And hold on, which one's which?
Oh, my God.
Which one's which?
You
I
put
gotta
it in
make
there,
sure I
I'll
do the
say
right
it.
thing.
They're ready. They're not
Okay,
ready. They're
okay.
ready. They're not ready. Sanguine base.
Oh, that is a good voice. That's way
Okay,
better
but
than mine.
excuse me, you're stepping on our guest's job here. We asked him to do it, and then he comes in, and you just like
But he's better.
totally take over. And it's not, maybe that may be true, but you're doing it today.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go.
I like it
Ready?
when Tony's like kind of rude, but not really.
Take that,
Ready?
Joshua.
And
Sanguine base.
then we got the other part of the mix, right? Here we go. I don't know what this one is. This will be a surprise.
Brown ink.
And then the last one.
Mixing medium. There's a question mark at the end of that one.
Medium? What was that? Medium?
By the way, we got high five aces. That was awesome. That was like 3 in a row.
Nailed it.
Yeah, this is just a mix of all those together. Made a little.
There's no more of your gold in there, though.
No, there's no gold. It's just these 3 colors mixed together.
There you go.
And putting over top of the gold as like a little wash. Just a little washy wash.
And there is a question for Pagani here from Tyler.
Ooh.
Tyler asks, before Will goes Pagan E, I like it.
I like
Haha,
that too.
puns. What is your favorite thing to work on?
Before you get into that,
Uh-huh.
for people who may not know,
Oh, yes. I will no longer be here as
Yeah.
of tomorrow.
Will
That's
Pagani
my last day.
leaves us tomorrow.
That's very sad.
So
Very sad.
this is, I believe this is your last stream, right?
Unless I randomly show up on
Unless
P3
you
Presents
could show up
tomorrow.
on P3 Presents
I'll just be yelling in
tomorrow.
the hallway next to the studio. You guys will know what's
It happens already.
I was gonna say there's nothing new there.
It's very close to the dev office.
We have it's a very conversational hallway right outside the door of our studio.
I mean, you guys are like right at the T-junction for everything.
Yeah, it's kind of perfect.
So, yeah,
Right.
it's a great place to put microphones.
Perfect. Perfect. That's not the
What was
word.
my favorite. No, that doesn't mean what I think it means.
It does not mean what you think it means. Oh, I missed the shoes.
Okay, so now back to the question. What was it? What was one of your favorite things to work on?
My favorite thing to work on. I mean, I really enjoy still CID and working with the community and stuff. Like I really like reading the feedback notes and like reading about the battle reports and stuff. And one of my favorite things to do, just in general, is like parse information. So like take a bunch of different opinions and then try and find the correct portion of those opinions that fits in my mind with what I think and like how it all works and fits together and how it can mold what I think. And then also like just gathering as much information as possible, I guess, is one of my favorite things to do. So like whenever I start playing a game, like Super Smash Brothers or something, I'm always like, I'm going to go find a video on how to do this thing. And then I want to get that. And then I'll find like 3 videos, watch them all, and try and stick it all together. And CID is just that. So I really enjoyed working on CID and really liked helping create that system and bring it to Privateer Press.
Is there so one of the things I imagine that happens in CID is that you will come up with a concept of something in the game and be like, this is the way we think this works. We're pretty confident that this is how it works. Is it fun when it comes back with a bunch of feedback that people had very different experiences than what you thought would happen?
Yeah. I mean, I really like it. Well, I mean, I'm not going to say I really like being wrong, but I really like it when we're like, well, we think this is how this is going to go, and then when it just doesn't go that way at all, we're like, ooh, okay,
Yeah.
let's talk about this a little bit. And then, because to me, that's kind of like everything that I just described that I love, right? Like, oh man, I thought it was going to go this way, but it didn't go that way at all. Why was I wrong, and how can I learn from that mistake, essentially, and how can I not make it again? And CID has given me a lot of like self-reflection time, I guess, and a lot of ways to like learn about self-betterment and self-improvement, because all of these feedback points are like that.
Do you fundamentally think about the development of games differently than before you started here at Privateer?
Well, I
Is
wasn't a
it
game developer
deeper or
before I
different?
came here.
Right.
But I think Privateer and this process has really made me very feedback-oriented in my development style, in my design style. So hopefully wherever I end up, I can still do things like that.
I will vouch for
making new
that.
games. So I'm big on feedback, I guess, and learning from mistakes and stuff.
You listen to my feedback even.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's feedback is important.
I made a new color.
What's your new color? Hold on, I got to update this. Okay, so we're going away, but we don't have to say that yet.
Rule of gold here. Looks like it's got some umber in it, or I guess it could be Battlefield Brown.
Okay, hit me with the first one.
Umbra Lumber,
Oh, nailed it.
which is different than Battlefield Brown.
Look, I wasn't going to bring it up.
Look,
I'm not trolling you on our own
Second
gaming stream. Right
second color.
Exile Blue.
Any more, or just those two?
No, just
Okay.
those two.
Get ready, Pagani.
Umbral Umber. Exile Blue. Mixing medium?
Nope.
Ah, that's why there's a question mark.
I like the pitch change too.
Medium. So now I'm just adding some dark shadows to my gold, and I'm filling in these little scallop shapes here. They'll make a nice little contrast to everything else.
So you're just adding shadows right now, basically.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Just a little shadow. Just not much. Just a little tiny bit.
And Jozu, do we have to get a soundboard for me now? I am my own soundboard.
Wicka wicka.
Yep.
We do it
As
live.
being proven.
We
It's
don't need a soundboard.
Collaborative soundboard.
You know what? You evolved a soundboard. It's your mouth.
A mouth board.
Game over.
Well, there you go. Noah Howard asks, is there a contribution you are particularly proud of, a CID output or developer moment? Yes, but it hasn't come out yet, so you'll
Oh,
have to wait and see.
I know what it is.
Perhaps
Me too.
it's-
Me too. No, hold on. I want to flaunt the fact that we know secrets. Ah ha ha ha.
Yes.
Neat stuff you don't know.
Wow, Tony.
Oh yeah.
I was not expecting
Was
that.
it
out of
wrong?
you.
Was that rude?
I was not expecting that out of you. Of all people, Tony.
I tease with love.
I've been told that. Dark shade into the crevasse. This isn't taking too long, is it?
Jamie, can you clarify your question? The hobby holder would be very hopeful in this situation. Are you talking about the stand that Dallas is on and which situation?
In the staying in camera situation, it is invaluable.
Yes.
Other than that, nope. No, sir. No, sir, don't like it. Maybe a little dark line around those gem insets. My stone boy. Oh, I love this model. He's so dope.
Llama Juice 552 wants to know how long it took you to be able to talk with a brush in your mouth.
I mean, can I even now?
Yeah, not really, but I would like to point out how not only that, but Dallas had to also figure out how to do that two-brush blending, taking the brush out of his mouth, licking it, and then painting with it without hitting the mic next to his face. No easy feat.
I always end up just hitting the model when I'm doing it and putting this giant streak of paint somewhere that I really don't want a giant streak of paint. So that's no good.
Yeah, let me tell you what. This whole situation right here, this and this and this and this and this and this and those two over there and that camera there and this right here. This is all a lot of work to figure out.
Far more complicated than it looks.
John Likes Dice would like to know how you normally hold your minis when you're not painting on camera. Here, let me make sure that's in there.
Yeah,
Show 'em.
Nope, perfect. That's
Nope.
exactly what it's like every other time Dallas streams.
And then you can put it
Oh
up
my
upside
gosh.
down and move it around and get to
Yeah.
all the nooks and crannies. Oh,
I
they can
like-
see you on the little camera. That's
Yeah, they
cool.
can see. Remember, we have another
Yeah.
camera. I like flipping my model upside down to get all the little nooks and crannies. So being able to,
Oh, this
you
is
know,
great.
being able to get in there, draw those lines.
Beautiful.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, the painting stand is kind of like a painting straitjacket.
It's clutch. T-Marg asks, do you prefer the privateer press setup or the faces and bases setup? Considering faces and bases were off camera like 60% of the time, I'm going to guess the privateer press one. You don't have to answer that. I think I got you.
I'm not off camera that much. God, you guys, just the worst. Thumb cam.
If we weren't here to troll you, why would we be here at all?
Why would I even be here?
That's true.
Also, folks, kick all your questions to Will Pagani right now since we have about a half an hour left. Answer what you need to know.
I mean, just forever. Just keep kicking him to him. Whatever. He'll never stop.
No, you have to
talking.
email all your questions to Hungerford at privateerpress.com.
Oh yeah, he said to do that, didn't he?
He did say to do that. Dragon Pup asks, Pagani, what will your post-PP username be on the CID forums? It will be Skill T.
Skill.
Yep. Breaks for the Win asks, is this the last Pagani stream ever? This is
Yep.
my last Privateer Press Pagani stream, unless I end up in a tournament or something.
Oh man, I can't.
Next year.
That'd be great. I can't wait to have you on a tournament live stream.
That would be dope.
Next year, lock and load. I got $100 on Will Pagani.
I wouldn't take that. Well, I would take that bet because I'm going to lose. But yes.
All right, going back to the rule it goes.
I gotta. Okay.
No, that's more like a...
I'm just going to reclaim because we did a wash earlier. So the one thing people do wrong with washes,
Here we go. Hold on. Hold
not
that thought.
wrong, sorry,
Rulik Gold.
boom, not wrong. One thing I like to do with washes is after I wash something, I go back and I reclaim it. And what that does is when you wash something, it dirties it up, makes it a little muddy, right? We all know what the model looks like. Lay a big wash over top of it, you get a muddy look. Sometimes that's okay, sometimes it's not. For this, I want to take my base color back. I want to reclaim it. So I bring some of that base color back. It pushes the wash down into recesses and creates more of a shade.
Boom.
Boom. While bringing back that sweet, sweet mid.
Tony, how nihilistic am I allowed to get on this stream?
We're pretty nihilistic.
Moderately nihilistic.
Okay. Well, there's a question in chat from the Sabremase? Sabremase?
Where is it? Okay.
Right here.
I got it.
Yeah. Pagani,
Oh.
what is the meaning of life?
Yeah, go for it.
There isn't one.
42.
Only
Do you know why it's 42?
No.
Because the
42 is meaningless.
basically, the computer deep thought in computer programming, 42 was a number that can be anything. So the meaning to life is
Anything.
anything you want it to be.
Whatever you put on it.
Forge your destiny. Hey, forge your dreams, don't follow them. That's what I'm about.
Hey, John, we get sunshine, okay? We do get sunshine here in Seattle.
Jeff Olson and Chasks asks, Pagani, more important question, are you still borrowing my Grillman Swarms for ATC? Yes, Jeff, I would like that very much, so I don't have to repair the ones that I stepped on in Sweden. Rip.
Swedish gremlin stomping.
Runewise asks, had CID made it less important to have a recent tourney player on development, or is a feedback-oriented person to lead CID more a factor? I don't really know the answer to that question. Like, I don't think it's really relevant that you have a tourney player on dev, I guess. So no, it is not necessarily important. But I think it is important to have a feedback-oriented person. I guess I answered your question. Cheers. I think it's more important to have someone that is familiar with the game, not necessarily a tournament player, but someone that has a lot of knowledge about it and can talk with people and garner feedback. Dragon Pup, what casters do you want to break out for your first tournament back as a regular player? My first tournament back is going to be ATC, and I'm going to be playing Wanderer and the Child for Grimkin. Is my plan. That might change, but that's my plan.
That impresses me that you know so early what you're going to be playing.
Well,
although I'm not a competitive player, so maybe
Sure.
that's just new to me.
I had some teammates come up 2 weeks ago, and we played some practice games and stuff, so that'll be fun. John Swingles, the great John Swingles, asks, Pagani, what faction did you come to like far more since working here that maybe you didn't consider much? I played basically everything before. I still don't have a minions army, but that's, I think, the only faction I don't have painted.
Your collection is
So.
vast.
It is.
Is it as vast as T-Marg's collection?
It is not, but mine is fully painted. Unlike T-Birds. Sorry,
Snap.
Dad. I have, I think, 7 of those Detolf cases that T-Mark has. I think he has
Wow.
12,
Okay.
and his are double stacked or something. Mine are only single stacked, but all of mine's painted. I'm sorry, Travis, to cut you to the core.
To the quick.
John likes dice. Pagani, are you staying in Seattle or are you going someplace where there is actual sunshine? I hate the sun. Step one. Step two, I will go wherever I can find a sweet job. And at the moment, it's looking pretty good for Seattle, though we could end up in California or other places.
John, I would also like to apologize for being so rude to you earlier about the sunshine, and to side note that it has been raining like 4 or 5 straight days here.
That's
it
true.
has been very cold and very wet lately. So
That is true.
there will be sunshine eventually at some point.
I was impressed by that cold snap we had for like 2 days where it was real cold.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, what's going on? It was confusing. Like it was unreasonably cold for Seattle. I was just like, wow.
Joe R. Sutton says, Dallas, you have just leveled up in my expectation. You were pretty high already, though.
Of what?
He didn't say that.
What did I do?
I don't know.
I
Joe was
what
not
did-
specific.
You were rated very highly, and his esteem of you has just gone up
But
even
for
more.
what? That's what.
For esteem.
Vandebeest asks, how cold is real cold for Seattle? It got below 30 a couple times,
Which is really cold for
which
Seattle.
is pretty cold for Seattle, which is really, really cold for Texas.
So I'm not good with the weather stats, but from memory, we only usually get a few days of snow here a year, and when it snows, it's really not that terrible. But Seattle is also a very hilly city,
Yeah.
so a little bit of snow and ice can cause a little bit of havoc.
A long, long way.
Trotsky DM asks, hey guys, who is this stony boy? Dallas.
Abadan, the keeper, not the seeker. The seeker, not the keeper. He's playing Quidditch. I don't know.
He's two different Quidditch positions.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Is he a keeper or a seeker? Keeper.
Keeper.
He's a keeper.
Seeker is Silas.
Silas Wishnaller.
Is it? No, hold on. It's Ayana's a seeker? Maybe they're both
They're
seekers.
both seekers.
Okay.
Ayana is a
He's actually a
seeker.
trapper keeper. Definitely. Thank you, Trotsky DM, for that.
My God.
You can keep all your folders in him.
I miss Trapper Keeper so much.
It's Abadan, the Lisa Frank trapper keeper.
Man, our children will never know what a trapper keeper was.
Or Peaches.
Eilish the Seeker. Is that his actual title?
No?
I thought it was the occultist or something. I don't know.
Eilish, the guy with the skull in his hand.
I'm just like horrible with names in general.
Yeah, that's why I don't like nicknames, because I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about already.
Scrapjack says Eilish Garrity the Occultist.
The occultist.
That sounds right.
That's right.
Yes. Okay.
See, that's how I like to operate too. I do no fact checking. I just listen to a few available options from people, and then I pick the one that seems like it's right, and then I just go with that.
The one you
If you
wish
never
was
admit
right.
that you were wrong, were you ever wrong?
If nobody calls you on it.
Pass this on to PP. Bahi needs to do a trapper keeper as the next cute item. Man, that would be dope.
That's actually a really good idea. Somebody get Mike Ryan in here.
Did you draw dope pictures on your Peaches back in school? I wouldn't necessarily call them dope, but I definitely drew on my Peaches a lot.
Excellent. People are asking for spoilers because I have nothing to lose. I have friends to lose, and I don't want to mess with these guys here, so that's what I have to lose.
Look at brotherhood.
Some of us take the fall for shenanigans. Not me.
Shenanigans.
Not me at all.
We still got 15 minutes, so I'm going to do a pre-prep for tomorrow's P3 Presents Live. What do you think of that?
Is tomorrow's P3 Presents live on Green Glow?
Tomorrow's P3, I could just do the green glow instead. Should I do the green glow or should I prep for tomorrow's show?
I mean, Green Glow finishes him, right?
Green Glow does not finish him.
Oh.
Green Glow will not be tomorrow's show.
Let's ask the chat.
I'm
Would the
waiting
chat
for the
like
chat.
to see
You took
Green
chat
Glow,
away.
or would you like a preview of tomorrow's P3 Presents Live?
Green Glow. Green Glow. Green Glow.
Glow, 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 glow.
Man, Scrapchat's getting spicy in chat.
Choose wisely. You have no.
I just want to say, Tony, that I didn't order any booty shorts for tomorrow. Or crop tops.
I'm actually disappointed. I was looking forward to it. I'd heard about the possibility so much.
I know.
I think there
failed us
was a
all.
conversation that you were going to have booty shorts in here today during this stream, which is not happening, unfortunately.
Yeah, it just, I don't know. It
No,
seemed
Green
uncomfortable,
Glow looks
and then
like
I
it's-
floundered on it, and I just stopped.
Zach Barkley says do the glow next week. I can't do glow next week because there's not going to be any get your paint ons for 2 weeks.
Oh, good thing to talk about. So, because the holidays are coming up imminently, this is our last stream week of the year. So tomorrow's P3 Presents Live will be the last stream until 2019. So after the first of the year, we will come back and do some more streaming for you.
Somebody's going on vacation.
And if you cannot live without watching us, until then, go to Privateer Press Prime on YouTube and watch all the previous episodes you want. Weekly Rumble, Developer Hangout, Get Your Paint On, P3 Presents, as well as the other plethora of videos made by some people in this building.
Plethora of videos. Okay, so I put some sickly skin down into his eye sockets. And I'm going to take Thamar Black and Kador Red Base and mix them together.
Sickly Skin.
Oh, that does not have an X in it, Tony. Oh, it's there. It's happening.
Okay, we're going to do the Sickly Skin first.
Sickly skin.
Okay, here we go. You ready?
Kador Red Base.
Kador, God.
You totally threw me off. We were doing so well.
Thamar Black.
So I'm going to base coat all the gems
Nothing to lose, Pagani.
in a mix
YOLO.
of Kador Red Base and Thamar Black. Spoiler, I'm doing both. Doing the glow and the prep for tomorrow because tomorrow's going to be painting red gems. How you like me now? My God, he's got gems everywhere.
He is an exalted.
He's got so much cash money dollars all over him.
Oh, Pat Veloda. You've he may have given us a potential future P3 Presents for doing brass copper with green tarnish, which is not a thing we've ever covered before.
We've not covered that. Wait, are you sure?
Tarnish, yeah. I don't think we've ever done
Okay,
tarnish.
cool.
Patinas.
Patinas.
That's a good one.
I learned
Thank
a lot
you.
about patinas from Danny. So
I'm writing that one down. If I can find something to write on.
my hand is yours.
I'll write on my hand because that way it'll be with me.
Spoilers, some of us haven't seen tomorrow's episode yet. Well, it's being done live, so I'm not sure anyone's seen it. I always really enjoyed painting gemstones, Dallas. So I'm gonna
I do
watch
too.
your stream. Like it's like muscles, like swole dudes or like warp wolves. I really enjoy painting that.
Tell me more.
Gemstones, and then like flowing robes. Those are like my three favorite things to paint.
I'm going to have to sculpt a miniature just for you.
It's gonna be like a swole dude
With
and
a
like,
flowing
with
robe.
a sweet like flowing loincloth
Covered in gems.
covered in like gemmed bracers. That would be amazing.
Is this going to be a swole? Yeah.
Sounds,
gonna
so
be
you're
good.
gonna make a mon too.
What?
You're going to make Amon 2.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Because that's exactly what that model is. So like a Fabio book cover? Yes, exactly like that. I want like a trashy romance novel book cover model. With like a big cape or like a flag. I'm cool with all of that.
Flowy robe, gemstones, swole bro. Yeah, we'll have to make something.
Scrapjack. I'm not entirely sure what this means, but I have to say it because it sounds like it's going to be fun. You can't flim the Jim Jams.
Flim flam the Jim Jams.
Flowing hair, also excellent. Oh, yeah. Just go full Fabio. That's what we need. Alt sculpt of the Dreamer. That could do it, Dallas. We could mini crate the Dreamer to be like a swole bro.
Oh, I
Floating in like a big cloth thing.
And just covered in gemstones?
And just like Starry Night gemstones and stuff. We did it, chat. We did it.
Hi, Alec. Better late than never. Thanks for joining us.
What have I done by saying the words Amon 2?
I was wondering.
There is no Amon 2. Get out of here, chat.
Yeah, you should know better than that.
See, I was gonna say something, but I'm just out of the loop enough to be like, did I miss a thing? I'm just gonna shut up. Just let it go.
Okay, those
No,
are.
I don't want to paint a wolf. I just want like a swole dude floating in cloth. Not riding a wolf.
My God, the Amon. So let's take some necrotite green. You weren't ready for that.
We're gonna do this really well. So say that line again, Dallas.
We're going to do some necrotite green.
Necrotite green.
That was perfect.
I gotta smoke more to get better at these names.
I don't
Considering I don't smoke at all.
What's that?
Considering I don't smoke at
Yeah.
all. Yeah. AAA sound effects. Oh, that's gonna be my next job, Tony.
AAA sound effects.
I'm gonna be a sound effects guy where I'll just read things.
A Foley man? I think being a Foley
Yes.
artist would be fun.
Yeah?
Oh, that sounds like a cool job. Do you disagree with me? You said that.
No, I think it'd be fun. I was just my
was
only
shrewd.
Foley experience is using Foley in videos and never doing it. But I imagine you got to be pretty creative with how you make sounds and how you want to differentiate them with other things.
I think it'd be a fun job. That'd be great.
I know they do. You spend your time doing footsteps on different types of surfaces. So you just walk in place over tile, and then you walk in place over concrete, and you walk in place over various sizes of gravel.
So Tony, you're a video guy, so you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. But you know that like
Probably not, but I'll go with
that
it.
creaky door opening that is in like everything.
Uh-huh.
Every time I hear it, it just like ruins my immersion for whatever it's in. Because there's like one specific one that's in like everything.
There's so.
It's like the Wilhelm screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Wilhelm scream is in everything. One of the things that's fun is that so when you do a lot of video production, you often use royalty-free stock assets. So you buy a little license, you get to use it, but they're available to the public and they're not owned by you. So I will use them in videos, and because when you're editing, you're just hearing these things over and over again, and they become such a part of the video. You're like, that's the song that goes with this video. This is this sound effect that goes with this video. And every once in a while, I'll be listening to the radio or watch a video somewhere else where someone will use a piece of music or sound effect I have used, and same thing. It totally pulls me out.
It ruins everything. But it's the like yeah, can't do it. And there was some what movie was it? I think it might have been Venom had it in it, and I was like, I'm done. Like I don't want to hear this movie anymore.
Well, so one thing you can think about is that's actually what I hear from a lot of audio editors or audio engineers is how they can put those things into everything they do in creative ways as an in joke for other engineers. So it's like how you use the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, you okay over there, Dal?
Oh, I just need a little stretch. All right, so I added some Mara White and highlighted eyes, so now the green glowy eyes are done. The red gems are based and ready for tomorrow's P3 Presents live red gems.
Red gem
And the philosophical aspect of painting a gem, in whatever color you want, we'll talk about that. So it doesn't matter what color. We're going to use red, but we can talk about like, what if it was green? What if it was blue? What if it was purple? What if it was orange? What if it was what? What if it was? And we'll just talk about gems in general. But
So, Dallas, I have an important question for you.
I have a moderately accurate answer.
If you look at this model, there's a tassel on the end of his sword there.
Yes, there is.
And the tassel is made out of stone.
Yep.
And it's on a chain link.
Yep.
Is the tassel like attached to the handle?
Well, it's attached to
Or
the
does
chain
it like attach to the chain link?
Yep.
And why is it cracked?
because it's stone.
But why would you make a tassel out of stone?
Because they're all made out of stone.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. The look I'm getting right now.
It's a stone dude.
But
with a stone tassel.
Yeah,
I
stone
fail to
tassels.
see the problem here.
Look, I'm not saying it's a problem. I'm just wondering.
Look! Michelangelo's David isn't wearing a fancy cloth robe or a funny hat.
Yeah.
Like
He's just
he's
displaying
not
the
wearing
goods.
like a knit hat on his noggin.
on his noggin? Or that noggin. I'm just wondering why the Scorn Empire. I guess we got to get Doug in here. Why would the Scorn Empire make a tassel out of stone?
Doug Hamilton is in the chat telling you to back off on his work.
Look, Doug Hamilton. I'm talking about Doug Seacat to get in here, not Doug Hamilton, just for the record. But Doug, I'm just saying, like, why would the tassel be stone?
Because it's a statue.
But it's not a statue.
It is a statue.
It's a stone boy.
It's a statue boy. He's a statue. He was
What?
carved.
Is his hair stone too?
Yes.
I don't get it.
Pagani?
The correct answer is a wizard did it, and then you don't need anything.
Yeah, they're magically animated statue boys.
You're out of your element.
I guess, yes.
You're like a small child that wandered into a room, Pagani.
Thank you,
Were you
Patrick.
listening to the dude story? Were you listening to the dude story?
Oh, yeah, Doug Seacat. It's for the same reason you make marble statues with cloth, to show you are a badass sculptor. I like that answer. So some sculptors, it's like, you know what I can do? I can make stone look like hair.
But here's the
And
question.
they're like, some other dudes is like, you can't do that. He's like, I'm an artist. And he's like, chisel, chisel, chisel. And they're like, oh, snap.
But like the stone tassel looks like it's like positioned properly, right?
Yeah.
It's for like how it would fall if he was holding the sword like that. So like, does the tassel move? Like does the fabric
'cause
part of the tassel?
The fabric
like-
does not.
But it looks like it's positioned
Nope.
properly for how
Well,
it would
I
sit
mean,
on the
maybe it
sword.
does move.
Maybe it's
I mean, his
perfectly-
legs move.
I mean, look,
but when he
it's fair. I'm
turns
just
it
asking
over,
questions.
when he turns the sword over to right side up to wield
Right,
it,
but he's talking about
then
the
the chain
shape.
would fall, and then the shape
Yeah.
would just hold that shape.
Yeah, it was just hold that shape.
So, but it would look weird then because it's positioned like he's holding the sword like
well,
that.
yeah, because this is
not
this is the position of the
When
statue.
the,
so like when he's just chilling.
when
He's
the
just
blade
chilling.
of that sword is coming at your face, I don't think it's going to matter that you're going to notice which position that.
I'm just trying to understand
Tassel is in.
exalted physiology.
Doug Seacat says, you don't put clothes on naked statue. Well, most people don't. What's wrong with you, Pagani?
Look, I'm not going to say I'm
Oh.
a professional.
Doug says, as the statue moves... That's amazing. Doug also says, as the statue moves, the sculpt changes. It's pretty cool. Take some added sculpting skill. I like
See,
that.
there you go. See, now I'm in. Doug, you win my heart. You win. Seacat Doug, not Hamilton Doug. I mean, Hamilton Doug wins my.
This is confusing. One of you needs a new name, or you can't be in the same place at the same
Well,
time.
this is why we have 5 wills, and I'm Pagani.
That's right.
So,
Master scorn sculptors are also essentially animators.
Doug's over
It's
here.
interesting. I
dropping
like this,
bombs.
Doug.
I realized recently that actually this happens with both you and Hungerford, because Will Schick I would call Will, but usually call him Schick. Oz is Oz.
Oz is Oz.
Nobody calls him Will. But I always call you Pagani, and I always call Hungerford Hungy. Except when I write an email, I always balk at the hi blank because I'm like, it feels weird to call you Pagani in an email, but it feels weirder to call you Will.
I definitely got a Mike Ryan email that said, "Hey Will," and it had me, Schick, Oz, and Hungerford on it, and we're all just like, who are you talking to right now? Yes. The statue is really giving you guys a hard time.
Ayo! Boom,
Got
shakalaka.
him.
He's on fire.
With the kappa. Brilliant. Well, there we are,
There we are.
boys and girls.
We got this boy is ready for tomorrow's show, which is Red Gems. And then after Red Gems, this guy's done. This guy's just finished.
Look at him.
Look at him.
He's beautiful.
There's a stone boy. Bring that light down for the.
The magic. Don't bring it down. Turn it up. Turn it up. You got your. We're high tech here, man, or as high tech as I can get.
There we go.
I mean, so he has like a leather wrapped hilt on his sword. Is that made out of stone?
Stone. It's a statue.
All stone.
It's all stone. It's all statue. And then it's like gold embossed.
Yeah, it looks
statue.
great. All about it.
And then they put the little gems in there. They go clink because they carve out a little hole and they go clink.
And then that's how you get your ancestors in there.
And that's how you get ancestors.
All right, we got to wrap up this.
Got him.
We got to wrap up the stream, so I'm going to do it.
All right.
Press F to pay respects. Bye, Pagani.
Goodbye forever, friends.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. And then we're taking 2 weeks off. Remember that. And remember, so there's no live streams, right?
I'm taking more than 2 weeks.
No, yeah, the live streams will continue after
After the new year.
First week of the new year.
First week of the new year. So enjoy your holidays. And we will see you next time.
Look into the camera. Eye contact with your people.
Enjoy the holidays. And we'll see you at the beginning of the new year. Thanks for joining Get Your Paint On. Good night.
Bye. Thanks for watching.
Bye, Pagani.
Goodbye.
Bye.
It kind of looks like you have hair when you have that thing on.
Do I? Oh, it's because this is like a little strap of black
Yeah.
fur right around the back of my noggin.
It's really weirding me out.
It's like that's a terrible haircut though.